Hey guys, welcome back to my craziness. What's everybody up to? Go ahead and let me know when you hop on. We're gonna see if these comments work before I go and share this to a bazillion places. I have, oops, that's not what I wanted. I have some groups that I want to share this into, but I'll wait until y'all get on first. Hey Kendra, how are you? Hey, Miss Marissa. Trying to get this centered in a decent way. I moved my table to the other side of this deck. It's not a deck, it's a porch. Hey, Megan. Hey, Kendra. All right, let me see if I can get this shared to a couple groups. We're going to be talking a little bit about what you could consider network marketing, but like not really. Obviously, if you check the caption of the video, it's going to always say what we're talking about. And today, I'm going to talk about this. It has really nothing to do with what I normally talk about, but I have a lot of people who ask these questions, and I have a lot of people who want in my brain on as far as social media goes and all of that good stuff. So I'm gonna try to get those questions answered for you guys. Hey Heather. I'm good, Kendra. Hey Kelly. I'm gonna try to get these questions answered for you guys and kind of explain my take on not necessarily direct sales, but network marketing, social media marketing, and how you can become successful in that without wasting a ton of money. We call that organic in the social media world. Okay, so if anybody has a business that they run via social media, whether it be direct sales, network marketing, just your regular 9-to-5 job if you run the social media channel, or maybe you own a business and you're just looking to kind of broaden your networking skills as far as social media goes, we're going to talk about that. So bear with me. I don't know why this isn't popping up for me. There we go. Okay, let me see if I can share it from here. Eventually I'll get the hang of using this. Why doesn't it let me share? It's so weird. All right, we're gonna do it one by one. So share this into any like network marketing groups that you have. I know I'm a part of a lot of groups that have to deal with like MLM, direct sales, all that good stuff, but for some reason it's not letting me share into any of them right now. I can always share this later too, it's not a big deal, but not real sure why this isn't working. All right, so I'm just going to take a couple minutes to share this if you guys want to do the same. I know a lot of you in here do kind of the same stuff as I do, and I want to kind of talk to you guys about it and help you out if I can. So I'm going to just share this into a couple groups, and then as always, we'll open this up for questions at the end. But this is something that I've wanted to really talk about for a long time, and I never really structured it, never really got to a point where I wanted to talk about it and open up about it just because I was so busy. But now that I've got some time on my hands, I figured that it was probably, something that we could definitely discuss now. I'm almost done. I'm so sorry, guys. Couple more. So sorry. Okay, we'll start there, see what happens. All right. Thanks, Heather. All right, so what I want to talk to you guys about, obviously I just said, but the main thing that I want to talk to you guys about is how to be successful without dumping in a lot of money into something like this, okay? I know when you have a direct sales company or a network marketing business, just a regular business that you may have opened on your own, maybe you work for a company and you do their social media marketing, whatever the case may be, you can probably take something from this, okay? So first off, disclaimer, I don't really know what I'm talking about half the time. I just kind of speak what I know, and what I know is usually what I've been through. So just know that that's what I talk about when it comes to stuff like this. So let's go ahead and introduce myself. I know the majority of you guys who are actually watching this know who I am, know what I do, know what I have done. But those of you who are going to rewatch this in a little bit on my YouTube channel or on other Facebook sites or Facebook groups, you may not know who I am. So let me explain that. I'm nobody special, I promise, but I do sometimes know my shit. So my name is Megan. I am from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm originally from small town Iowa. I am somebody who I never finished regular college. I went to a vocational school for makeup and skincare. I actually dropped out of college back in the normal college, and I don't really have a degree other than that. It was never really in the cards for me to make a lot of money because I didn't go to school, get that degree, have that piece of paper. I also have a learning disability, so it's very hard for someone like me to see a bigger picture and understand that I can do stuff like this because it's never in the cards for somebody like me. Okay. And I mean that sincerely. It's just, I never grew up thinking that I could make a 6-figure income. I never even grew up thinking that because it wasn't even on my radar. Okay. So let's cycle back through my life for the last few years. I moved down to St. Louis, Missouri in the summer of 2013, so 7 years ago. When I first moved down here, I actually got a job at a hair salon, which kind of went with what I actually went to school for. Worked there for a few years and wanted to do more. I wanted to be paid more. I wanted more hours. And, like any job, they said, prove your worth. So that's what I did. And I took to social media. And I had this real big interest in social media at the time. And this is the time and the age where at that point social media was really booming, right? It was kind of not necessarily peaking, but it was booming. And if you were anybody who owned a business, whether it be direct sales or network marketing or just the hair salon down the street, you had to market yourself on social media because that is what people wanted and needed, and that is the way that businesses work these days. Okay, so just for instance, you don't see billboards as much anymore. You don't use phone books anymore. You don't use the newspaper anymore. People who want to go to your business or want a review on your business or anything, they turn to social media. And the reason that I figured that out was because when I was getting married, I was looking for engagement rings, and I didn't really know what I was looking for, but I went to social media and just started typing engagement ring, and all these businesses popped up, and I just kept thinking to myself, well, if I'm searching for that, then that means somebody else is searching for that. So I took that kind of knowledge and brought it into my salon and did the same thing. Long story short, they didn't really love my ideas at the salon, so I actually ended up leaving the salon 3 years after 3 years of working there, and I left the salon to do a direct sales job. The kicker of this part of the story is that I left my salon job because they weren't allowing me that freedom as far as social media marketing, and I told them over and over, like, I know I can be successful for you guys in this. I know I can market your salon, but they were turning down everything that I had as far as ideas and whatever. So the irony in this is I now run a social media platform with over almost 100,000 people, and they could have had that, So when I left the salon, I chose to go down a stay-at-home position where I worked in direct sales. Everybody has their opinions on direct sales. I have my opinions on direct sales. I don't like direct sales. It's fine. But I joined this direct sales company in the hopes that I could pay my car payment because I wasn't making very much at the salon. I wanted to pay my car payment. I was in a lot of debt, and we're talking, I had 12 credit cards completely maxed out because I was just about ready to get married. I had like negative $400 in my bank account, and I tell this story all the time because it is very important. And after that, not after that, but during this time period when I decided that I wanted to go a different route, I joined a direct sales company with the hope and the mindset of, if I can just pay my car payment every month, like $200, $250 a month, like that'll take a good weight off of my shoulders, right? So I did it. And I was finding that the company that I worked for, I was making more money in that direct sales company in one day than I was making in an entire week in the salon industry. Okay, now obviously I know this doesn't happen for everybody. Disclaimer, I know success doesn't happen overnight. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. You have to work for what you get. But I knew that if I woke up every morning and I got shit taken care of, that it would work. And I decided that this salon job just wasn't for me anymore. And that was my aha moment. That was my light bulb. So the next couple years of my life, I chose to just focus solely on this direct sales business. Or I'm sorry, the next few months of my life, I decided to focus solely on the direct sales business. I quit my job and I was forced to succeed. And I know a lot of people are like, yeah, I've tried direct sales, it never works. But like, you really have to get yourself into a mindset of, yeah, but are you forced to do it? Because when I was with the other job while doing the direct sales job, I wasn't forced to succeed. I had that income behind me. I had that as a backup. Some of you guys have, your husband's income as a backup. Some of you are living with a roommate, whatever the case may be. But if you truly, truly, truly are forced to make something happen, you're not going to stop until you make shit happen. So I woke up every single morning, got shit done, got shit taken care of, and I made shit happen. Okay. So next timeline. This was in May of 2017, June 1st of 2017, I actually quit my job and I only worked in this business. In October of 2017, I made enough commission that I had a savings account. I've never had a savings account in my life, never. I had a savings account. So what I did with that savings account is I took all $15,000 out of it and I dumped it into starting my own company. I don't know why, I just had this crazy hair up my ass and I decided that that's what I wanted to do with my life for once. So I started a clothing business, and y'all know this if you have watched me for the last 7 years, you know what I'm talking about. This page was that clothing business. So I started my own clothing business. I was the CEO of a company, I had my own clothing line. That lasted for about 3 years, and then I actually went through a divorce, had to shut it down, whatever, okay? With that clothing business, I never really thought that it was going to take off. I just kind of wanted something that I could call my own, kind of a supplemental income that could stand beside the direct sales company that I was doing, and I was really just wanting something that I could be proud of for once, okay? So I started the clothing business. We started in October of 2017. And my goal with that business was to have $50,000 in sales in the first year and like 10,000 followers. And that's no joke. I still have that written down somewhere. At the year mark in October, not even October, I'll say that. It was actually, I think, the end of August, but it doesn't matter. At the year mark, October 2018, we had $500,000 in sales and over 50,000 followers. How did that happen? And everybody asks me that. How did you make that happen? How did you do it? And I just said I woke up every morning and I got shit done. And they said, yeah, but what's your secret? There's no secret, you guys. There's not a single person on this planet who can tell you this magic secret of network marketing. And I don't mean network marketing as far as direct sales. Network marketing is social media marketing. So whatever you put on social media, that's marketing. That's your brand. That's your company. That's your product. Okay? I organically grew my business. So when you take social media, businesses, marketing, all of that, and you take this, you have what they call like boosted posts, you have paid advertisement, then you have something that they call organic growth. Organic growth is when you don't use any of that, okay? Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I toyed with the idea of like boosting posts, boosting your page. I did it for a little bit when I had some money to spare. It's kind of like gambling your money away, right? You don't really know if it's gonna work or if it isn't. It did work for me, but I didn't spend a lot on it, okay? I'm not gonna lie to you, but I did try it. What I found worked best for my direct sales company and my now owned by me clothing business was building my brand around me. And that seems a little egotistical, right? It seems a little weird. It seems a little stupid. Like, okay, you're gonna sell us you? Like, who does that? But let me explain. When you have a brand that you're advertising, you have these social media influencers, these Instagrammers, these influencers via YouTube, whatever. They're all promoting these brands that they don't give a shit about. It's bullshit brands, bullshit product. They don't know what it is. They just want to make money. That's cool. I'm not saying anything bad about it. But the difference between them and what I did is organic. And that stems from more of a personable appearance is, I guess, what you could say. Personable appearance and what you're bringing to the table. With me, that came very natural. It wasn't something that I forced. It was me just being me, because let's be real, I don't know how to do anything else other than be me. I'm a very blunt person. I'm a very outspoken person. I'm a very honest person, and I truly speak on what I believe, and I just speak the raw and honest truth, okay? So what ended up happening was people liked to watch me on these live shows that I did for my jewelry company and my now leggings company, my clothing business. They wanted to watch me. They liked what I spoke about. They liked what I sold, but they could get those products anywhere, right? But they liked to buy from me because they know it was a small business. They know that it went to me versus some big company. They knew that I had a story to tell. And what grew my clothing business is what I stood for. So I had a clothing business, right? Just put this into perspective for you guys. I have a clothing business. And normally, and I'm just saying this is reality. Normally clothing businesses, they're gonna sell a couple of products that sell well. Whatever products don't sell, they're gonna get them out the door. My view on a women's clothing line is that it should fit every single body type, no matter if it sells or if it doesn't sell. Because I'll be damned if I'm gonna be a bigger set woman who can't find her size. Or I'll be damned if I'm gonna be my skinny ass self who can't fit into clothes and I want your clothes, you know? I have had body issues my whole life. I have struggled with being made fun of for being skinny, people thinking that I'm anorexic, which is never has ever been the truth. It's just, I have a DNA structure that keeps me skinny and sometimes I hate it, okay? Same with a bigger set woman, same with a bigger set man. It's the same thing, okay? My view on my clothing line was to have clothes that fit for every single person no matter what. And my view on that, or what I was preaching for that, was that you can shop with me and you can be comfortable, not only in your own skin because you can fit into this, but because I offer a safe haven for other people to talk about it and be comfortable as well. And that stuck. And that's why we went from what I had as a goal of 50,000 in sales to 500,000 in sales in 1 year. And that's why my goal was 10,000 followers. We went to 50,000 followers in 1 year because that is organic growth. People stood by you, they stood by your mission, and bam, that's what happens. So after the clothing line, we're still not done. See, the story's not even done yet. We're just getting started. So after the clothing line happened, shut it down because of my divorce, whatever. I kept this page because there was so much of a want and a need for self-help, okay? I'm going to get to your questions here in a second too. There was so much of a want and a need for like a self-help page because essentially that's what grew my business anyway, right? Was these women who were fighting sexism, these women who were fighting these body issues, these men and women who were taking a stance on the LGBT community because that's what my logo was based around, the rainbow. Just all of that, okay? All of that. And that's why they bought my product. But that mission and what I stood by was really why they bought my brand. Does that make sense? So when you have these influencers who are promoting these brands, promoting these products, making their money, that's awesome. But do they even know what that brand is? Do they know what it does? Does it have a mission behind it? Probably not. And that's okay. I'm not saying it's not. That is okay. But what built my brand was that. So I ran with it and I turned this page into a self-help channel. I turned it into a blog. What I found happen after that blog was something that I never even in the universe expected. I had massive growth, okay? So now this blog has 60,000 followers. I have about 2,000 followers on YouTube. My actual blog and newsletter has about 15,000 other followers. My Instagram has a couple thousand. My Facebook has about 6,000. There's a lot of followers now, and it's because I went into that fine niche. You know, what you want and need and want to preach, that's what I did, and that's organic growth. So here we are today. I woke up this morning. So again, we're going to go back in time here. I shut down the clothing business in April of 2019. It is now July of 2020. So about a year and a half later, people grasped onto that blog and latched onto that blog so much that I was able to take those blogs and publish a book. This morning, we had $15,000 in pre-orders. And I never thought that was going to happen because here's the shit, you guys. I have had so many people tell me you can't do that. There's no way you can do that. You don't have a publisher. You don't have a marketing team. You don't have paid advertisements. You're going to do this on your own. You're going to lose your money. You're stupid. I had so many people tell me that. But what did I do? I woke up every day until I got shit done. And here's the shit on that. I was terminated from my job about a month and a half ago. I could have chosen to backlash. I could have chosen to be mad, which, you know, everybody has a right to be upset. But I could have chosen to become into a deep, dark, depressed state, especially in the midst of a pandemic, right? But what did I do instead? I woke up every day and I got shit done. Because that's what I do. I hustle. I know how to hustle. I'll never stop hustling because I know how it works. I know how this freaking game works. It's all a mind game. It's all a computer game, you know? And I fine-tuned this. And I know that I can do this organically because I've done it before. I've done it before. I can do it again. And I'm not scared to try again because I know how. Organic growth. How do you sell organically? How do you push your product organically? How do you make your page go viral organically? It's hard work. It's hard work. The easier thing to do is to do boosted posts and boost your page. But I don't have that money. Broke bitch right here. I don't have that kind of money, okay? If you have that money, do it. If I had that money, I would do it. If I had that money, I'd be having $50,000 in pre-orders right now, but I don't. But I'm here to prove you wrong. I'm here to prove people wrong that you don't have to have a lot of money to make shit happen on social media. You can. It works. I promise you. But you don't have to. Find that niche. Get in there and run with it. People want to know you. People want to know you because that's what they're going to buy your product, okay? They can buy clothes anywhere. They can buy clothes right down the street at Walmart. They can buy jewelry right down the street at Walgreens. They can go to the mall and buy whatever they want. But they're going to support you because you're you. And they like you. Okay, so be you. Don't be somebody else. They're going to see right through that. Don't be somebody else. Be you. If you act like somebody else, that's a copycat, you know? I mean, copy the right cat, that's fine. But be you. Be you. You are unique. And that's why people love you so much. All right, let me catch up on some of these comments and we'll keep going. Your brand should express who you are as an individual. I agree with that 100%. Represent yourself. Your story is your credibility. Yes, and I agree with that. And I think that even when you have like a credible brand, let's just, I'm just trying to think of like a really big brand right now. Let's just say you're selling Starbucks. Okay, let's not even go the direct sales route because we all know a lot of people don't like direct sales. Let's just say you have a Starbucks store. You're a chain, you're a Starbucks. Everybody likes Starbucks. Let's say you want your Starbucks to stand out. How are you going to make that happen? You're going to create a social media channel because everybody knows everybody on social media and everybody follows people on social media and they go there for reviews, they go there for photos, they go there to see how your business works, they go there. Heck, I go to social media pages just to know what I'm walking into. Am I going to walk into a dirty restaurant or am I going to walk into something cool, modern, and hip, you know? Social media does that. So you don't have to have this like no-name brand or big time brand, but if you have a credible brand, you can promote that obviously, but you don't have to have that credible brand to just do what you do. Okay? My brand, for instance, was my leggings. Nobody knew who Mad About Leggings was. I started with 0 followers just like all of you. And that's what you have to remember too. When every single person watching on here, every single person down there, every single person on the interweb, you're all going to start with 0 followers. And don't be mad when you don't succeed right away. People ask me all the time, well, how do I do what you do? I'm not succeeding fast enough. How did you do it? You have 50,000 followers. I have 0. Like, you got to remember, I started with 0 followers too. Every single person did. It's the amount of work that you put into this is what's going to actually make this worthwhile to you. If you wake up every day lazy, don't want to do anything, you know, maybe work 2 times a month, you're probably not going to get very far. If you wake up every single morning with the mindset that you are going to do this, you're going to work hard, you're going to make shit happen, and you've got a game plan, there's no way you can't not fail. Okay, so let me keep reading. Crystal Hamilton, I'm not sure what your comment means. Sorry, now I just saw you had a couple comments. It says you have. Does this mean you're back in the game? I'm sorry, I don't know what that means, sorry. Don't listen to others' insecurities projected onto yourself. That's their limits. Indeed, I agree. I heard a quote the other day from a kid's book. You got to be you because you are the only you we've got. That's a good one. There's a quote I was trying to think of earlier, but I spaced off. Be unique because everybody else is taken. You know, you don't want to be that person down the street. I mean, you can, honestly, I don't find anything wrong about copying somebody, but copy the right cat, okay? Be a copycat, but copy the right cat. You know, find what is working for them and then bounce ideas off of that, but still be yourself, because if you're going to be that person, they're still going to get the sales and you're not. You know what I mean? All right, what do we got here? I've watched you strive, struggle, and succeed. I'll be the first person to say I've seen you coming. Oh, that's very sweet of you, Edie. You've been around since the beginning. You're one of my OGs. One of my OGs. All right, so that's what I wanted to talk about today. Organic growth and how it is possible, and how a lot of people are going to tell you that it's not, you know. But here, if I can give you any advice, wake up every morning and just make shit happen. I get these ideas randomly in my head all the time, and I just put them to action the second that I get them in my head. I'm just like known for that. Wake up, even if you don't have a plan. Wake up, research. Wake up, do. Wake up, research some more. Wake up, do. Wake up, do some more. Wake up, do a live video. Wake up, do this. Wake up, purchase inventory. You know, do something every single day, because you will be successful. There's not even a doubt in my freaking mind. You will be successful if you work hard at it, and you are your own truth. Okay? Again, don't be somebody you're not, because that stands out. People know that. And I've witnessed way too much of that. I don't like it. Be you. Be your truth. People will latch onto you because you're you. You have a unique story to tell. Just like Bob down the road has a unique story to tell. Bob may be able to sell jeans like ice to Eskimos. Like, I don't know. He may just be able to sell jeans. Maybe I can't. So maybe I choose to sell t-shirts. And I can sell those well because I just know how to. I don't know. You know? That's just what I'm saying. It can be anything. You can be the best car salesman out there. I can't sell cars worth shit. I don't even think I'm a good salesman. I'm just going to be real. But people have told me, man, like, you can sell rice to someone in China. Like, you can sell ice to an Eskimo. Like, I don't know how. I am not a good salesman. But what I am good at is being real. And people gravitate to that because people want that real, authentic credibility. I can't talk. They want that real, authentic credibility. And when they know you're real, they trust. Then you build that bond. And with that bond comes sales. Eventually you'll find a process in the process. That's a good quote. I like that. You will find a process in the process. I always say there's always a method to my madness. It may not make sense right away. I may have to tweak it 19 times, but eventually you figure out what works for you. And this is what works for me. So look at my like spray painted chair. I literally sprayed bug spray on my chair because there's so many mosquitoes out here. Okay, so show of hands. Let's go ahead and get some questions. What do you got for me? Who in here has something that they do on social media that makes them money? Even if it's $20 a month or $10,000 a month. Who in here does that? I want to know what you do. It can be a direct sales company. It can be network marketing. It can be just your at-home daycare that has a social media page. It can be you working at a law firm running social media. Like, tell me what you do. I want to see what everybody does. I started knitting for people in 2011, and thank God every day I still am in the game today. I don't advertise it and make this for people daily because let's get real, who's going to buy knitted scarves in 100-degree weather? But I will not give up. I built it on my own. See, that's awesome. And that's something that you can be proud of, and that's something that you don't have to make tens of thousands of dollars a month, but if it's something you're proud of and it's something that speaks to you, that's really, really great. You know what, I will tell you something that you could look into. Find somebody who you believe in, like a group or an organization that you believe in, who could use the scarves. The first thing that comes to my mind is like nurseries or animal advocacy groups that need blankets. Maybe knitting something for them as just like a good faith thing would be really awesome. And then they can support your business as sharing your business and saying, hey, you know, whatever your business name is, Kelsey's Knitted Scarves just donated 50 scarves to us. You know, that's really awesome. And that creates that brand awareness, and that is organic growth. Another thing you could do too is maybe, again, I'm just bouncing ideas, Kelsey, is maybe, let's say you really are into animal advocacy groups, and maybe you want to donate knitted, you know, little knitted blankets, you want to sell little knitted blankets, but maybe you can't gift or donate money because you need to make money. What if you did it like 1 month out of the year, you picked an organization to donate to, and then 50% of every scarf went right to them? That's organic growth right there. And that's what people are going to stand behind, because you believe in it. And when you believe in something, they do too. Also, it's always good to give back, you know. I'm a rep with, is it Zaya? I've never heard of that. That's awesome though. Good job. So this is what I'm talking about. Let me know what you guys do. Like, I obviously am an open book. I can talk about this for days upon hours upon more days. Again, I don't know what works for everybody. Some people can sit here and preach till the day they die that, no, you need boosted posts. No, you need a marketing team. You need a publisher. You need to spend money to get money. That's fine. Everybody has their opinion. Again, this is just what has worked for me. And, I completely spaced off on this part of it. Not that it really matters, but I want to tell you guys because I do think it's important. When I said at the beginning of this video that, you know, I lived paycheck to paycheck my whole life, I never got a college degree as far other than a vocational certification. You know, every single job that I have ever had in my life up until I moved down here, well, even that first salon job, I never made over $20,000 a year, ever. I was just, again, it's not in the cards for somebody like me to make that much money when you don't have a degree and you have a learning disability and you have mental health issues that make it to where you can't really work for people and be in a good place. Okay. That's just my reality. I never made any more than like 20,000. The first full year that I did my direct sales company and my, it was only a half a year of the leggings company at the time, but it doesn't matter. I made a 6-figure income. I did. And I'm not here to brag. I'm not here to be like, oh my God, look at me. I make all this money. Because let's be real, I really don't. But I am fucking proud of that. And I will be so fucking proud of every single one of you who does the exact same thing. Because I think that is something to be proud of. You go from here to here in a matter of a year. How the F does somebody do that? Everybody should clap. Not for me, for you. I've donated thousands of knitted baby hats for local hospitals. And awesome. See, that is perfect. Build a social media page off of that and talk about that, because that's what people want to hear. Rachel, book sales are really awesome. We just hit 15,000 in pre-orders this morning. Carrie says, I sell small shop products besides the items that I make myself. That's so perfect. Do you do it all via social media, or do you have like a brick and mortar store? Hey, Kelly, how are you? I'm just getting this stuff and I'm going to start making tumblers. That's awesome. Start that social media page now, girlfriend. This past February, I took all my scraps of yarn and made 10 scrap. If you find yourself scraps anywhere. Oh, I like that. And see, that's what this literally is, what is going to get people to gravitate to you. You have a story, and it's not some bullshit made up story to get sales. It's a real, raw, and honest truth. And speak of Kelsey, you can speak of, you know, how hard it was to get your business running. Dude, people associate that. With that. People, when you are relatable, people understand. The second that you're like, oh my God, I make $100,000 a year. Look at my Louis Vuitton bag. I drive a Porsche. I don't know. I'm just making this up. I brag about my big house all the time. You know, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm just like literally bouncing ideas off. But the second you start doing that, people are going to be like, well, that's not relatable anymore. They may not hate you. They may still support you. But the second you start shoving that in their face, that's not a relatable thing, because 9 times out of 10, the people who are shopping with you are also not millionaires. Okay. But when you're relatable, they feel that. And my relatability and my credibility with that is being very raw and open about mental health, being raw and open about the abuse that I suffered. Okay. I let all you guys in so that I can help you guys in the long run. And that's what built my brand. And my brand is literally my name. Now, not everybody can do that. I understand. But that is literally what happened with me. Network. And on top of that, network marketing. Right now, nobody looks at phone books. Nobody looks in the magazines for marketing tools or advertisements. Nobody goes to billboards anymore. Nobody hands out flyers. Literally every single thing is on social media. So if you are a business and you are not investing in any kind of network marketing material at all, you're doing something wrong, okay? And I know at the beginning of this I said, don't spend money, you don't have to. I get that. But what they do say, and this is the science behind this, what they do say is 7% of the money that you bring in should be spent on your advertisement. That can be your billboards, that can be your phone calls, that can be your email blasts, whatever you need, okay? That can be that. I did that for a little while. I found that it wasn't exactly what I was looking for because I was getting people to like my page. Yes, I grew very fast with that, but it wasn't the people who I wanted to target. So I knew that I didn't want to cut back a little. So what did I do? I ended up doing more personable stuff with that money. I went and got a new logo made for my business. I went and purchased a lot of brand materials, business cards, new packaging to really make me stand out and make my customers feel as if when they ordered from me that it was like a gift that came to them in the mail, okay? It wasn't just like, oh, here's your package in a manila envelope. It was a package wrapped in rainbow tissue paper, tied and boxed, all pretty, and that's what I spent my money on because that, to me, is my marketing. That's my brand. So that's what I did. So anyway, if you're a business that doesn't take control of the social media stuff, you should, because you're stupid not to. This day and age, sorry, I gotta plug this in. This day and age when social media is literally at its peak, if you are not taking advantage of social media, you're silly. You're doing your business no favors. Your business will die soon if you don't. And again, this isn't saying go spend money. It's just saying get a social media page. That's all. Get a social media page, have somebody do it for you if you can't. Or take classes on your own and do it for you if you can't. Hire me to do it for you if you can't. I provide good rates. I work for corporate world and it's sucking the life out of me. Would love to work for me, but I'm not smart enough to figure it out. Social media is stupid. Anna, I'm going to stop you right there. I have no degree. I did what I did. You can do it if you want it. To me, what you just said, you don't want to do it. And that's fine. I'm not saying that's not fine. But to me, you're telling me that it's too hard, you're not going to do it. If you have that mindset, then you're never going to do it. And that's just the shit. I'm never going to be here to bullshit anybody, and I'm never going to be here to say, oh, you can do it if you want to. No. The only way you're going to do it is if you wake up every morning and you get shit done and you make it happen. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. Don't do it. You know, nobody's forcing you to. But what will take you to the next level is if you force yourself to do something that is a little outside of your comfort zone. Okay, let's just start here. I have bad anxiety. That is why I can't hold a normal job. Okay? Speaking on a little box like this actually helps me because I'm not speaking to a person. And that actually made it very easy for me. I had a lot of anxiety when I started doing this. I didn't think I could do it, but it sounded fun, so why not? So I tried it. Very outside of my comfort zone. I tried it, made $100,000 that year. If I would have said, no, I don't think I can do that, social media is stupid, I wouldn't be here. I have a group page, but I don't want to be that person and hijack your post. Oh, I don't care. Hijack my post. Girl, you know me better than that. Why would you get shade for donating to the Rascal? You know I'm friends with Rascal Flats, right? I mean, not that that has anything to do with anything, but why would you get shade for that? I think that's amazing. All right, who has some questions for me? Let's open this up to a live Q&A now. Like, ask me a question. Like, so how long did it take you to do this? Or what do you do for your team? Or what do you do when you have this? I don't know. Ask me your social media questions. You're talking to a social media guru. Ooh, why can't I say that word? Guru. Whatever. You're talking to a social media butterfly right now. You can ask me some questions. You know, I never used to hate social media. I was always very interested in it, but I will tell you I'm not smart enough to understand it because I'm not smart. It's not even that I don't have a degree. I'm just not very smart. I'm just going to be real with you. Book smart for me is non-existent. I cannot understand logic and books and reading. I have to do things. So why it worked for me is finding that trial and error process. So if someone is someone who literally says, you know, like, I can't do social media, it's hard, it's stupid, I don't get it, that's fine. That's fine. Don't get me wrong. But you can find somebody who does know how to do it for you, you know? Because people said I was just giving that. Oh, Jesus Christ, no. That's terrible. How did you get more views on your live? I had people share, and people share. I did a lot of share drawings when I did my live Facebook shows. You know, if I sell $200 tonight, I'll do a share drawing and you'll get a free whatever. You know, I did a lot of those. I did sometimes monthly drawings where, sorry, I have a mosquito bite. I did, sometimes I would do like big monthly drawings where I would have like a $50 gift card. And then if I hit X amount in sales, I would give that away. I did a lot of, not a lot of giveaways, but when you do, I mean, you have to budget it, obviously, and this can come from your marketing budget too. When you give away stuff, people obviously want free shit. Like, nobody's gonna deny that. I want free stuff. That's not a bad thing. People want free stuff, and when you give them free stuff, they are apt to buy. I suck at consistency and I'm terrified of doing lives. Well, what I'm going to tell you there, you just have to do it. You just have to do it, Kristen. I was terrified too. The first couple that I did, I was a shaking hot mess. You can look back at the lives. But the more you do it, practice makes perfect. And I know that's stupid and cliche, but it's real life. The more you do it, it will work. Even if you don't succeed, you'll get used to it at least, and then you won't feel so dumb when you talk. I get that. That's how I was. But I promise you, consistency is key. If you don't do the consistency and you're not persistent with it, you're not going to succeed. And that's just the reality of it. And that's the harsh reality of it. So many people join like these direct sales companies and network marketing businesses or whatever, sales companies in general, and they think they're going to be a millionaire overnight. That is not the reality. And that is the most stupidest thing I've ever heard. You have to still work for your money, you know? You have to still work hard for what you get. And if you wake up every day with the mindset that you're going to be a millionaire, you're going to be a millionaire. If you wake up every day and you're like, meh, I'll do it tomorrow, then you're not going to be a millionaire tomorrow. You know, you're going to be a non-millionaire tomorrow. How did you make your mark? Like, how do you be sure to make your posts your own with like copywriting your page, if that makes sense? I don't really know what you mean, but I do write all of my own posts. I've been told before that I'm really good with words, and I just think when I make posts, and even when I make blogs, when I write my blogs and when I wrote my book, I had a conversation with you as the reader. And I have been told this now from friends, from family, from my partner, and from other famous authors. I legitimately will tell you, 2 authors have told me the same thing. And that's, I guess, when you start taking it in and realize, oh, they're probably right. My writing speaks to people because it's like I'm having a conversation with you. So go through all my posts, read my posts. You can copy them. I don't care. Again, you can be a copycat. Just copy the right cat. Just speak to people. Even if you have to do voice to text, just speak to people because that's how people understand. Okay? So what I will say, Carrie, if that's not working, just try changing your backdrop up. You would be so surprised the amount of people who stop on your video every single week and then hop off your video because you look and are doing the exact same thing that you've done for years or months or weeks, whatever, for all your shows. Switching up the most simple thing as a background, literally like that, will pop more people on because they're like, ooh, what's this? What's new? You know, having a big game behind you works really well because it gets people to stop in your video. Here's what I'm going to tell you. This is what you have to do if you do live Facebook shows as far as selling products and games and stuff like that. If you have a visual, that's key. And why that's key? Because you have to take yourself out of your position for a minute. Put yourself in a consumer's shoes. You're scrolling through Facebook, right? You're scrolling, whether it be in the morning, late at night, whatever. You're scrolling through Facebook. What's going to make you stop on a video? Is it going to be dim lighting? Is it going to be somebody who's talking like this? No. Is it going to be somebody with dirty underwear on the floor? No. Is it going to be somebody who is doing a video, but they're talking like this and you can't really hear them and they don't really want to talk about their job. No, it's not going to be that. It's going to be somebody who has great lighting. It's going to be somebody who has an awesome background. It's going to be somebody who's excited, who talks with their hands a lot, who you can just tell like wants your sale. Okay, doing games, having a visual, whatever. Do something that's going to make someone stop on your video. And if that means putting some big light behind you that's flashing, do it. Just, you have to take yourself out of your position for a second and put yourself in a consumer's position. So here's the honest truth. And again, this is the shit that you should pay me to talk about. But I don't do that. I'm not like that. Here's the shit. Watch your videos over and over. Watch every single show that you do for about a month. And ask yourselves, would I stop on my video? And then if you're like, man, I think I did okay, then watch it without sound. Watch it without sound. And the reason I say that is because then you're going to get real bored. And if you don't get bored, then you got a good video. And how did you avoid it hurting your growth? I mean, I never really thought of it as ever hurting my growth. I guess I don't really know why it would hurt my growth. So as far as I was concerned, it was just me being me. And if I didn't grow because of that, I don't really care, because I can't really be a fake person. That's just not my personality. That's just not in my blood. So if you didn't like it, then you can go elsewhere. But that's what I ran with. Again, I understand this probably only works for some people, but I buy lots of clothes and only wear them once or twice instead, taking them to a second-hand store, getting 50%. I started selling them on Facebook, but I didn't like all the individual posts, so I started my own Facebook page and have 100 followers on there. Bought some clothing racks and had a sale and garage. That's perfect. That's perfect. You're a lot smarter and a lot faster than you give yourself credit for. Learning disability and dyslexia. Hey, welcome to the club. Yes. I have trouble keeping a conversation going on a live without somebody to go back and forth. So what I did when I first started lives is, obviously when you first start out, you're going to have like maybe one person watching you, right? So you have things to talk about. I wrote out a list of things that I wanted to talk about as far as my direct sales company goes. Okay. I wrote like, all right, show products, explain prices, explain what you're going to do when someone buys a product, explain the steps of buying a product, explain how to check out, explain the opportunity to be on my team. Then just talk a little bit about yourselves. By the time you get through that whole list, you're going to start over and you're going to feel very repetitive, but I promise you it's not, because that one person who was watching before, you may now have 3 people watching you. Those other 2 people didn't hear what you said before. So it's going to be very repetitive at first. And you just have to kind of get in that groove, but that's okay. I have a lot of speech background as far as like musical theater and speech and drama goes. And I know how to talk. I can talk for hours. I can literally talk about the same conversation for 18 hours if I have to. I've done 24-hour live shows. You run out of things to talk about. I'm not going to lie. But at hour 1 versus hour 8, at hour 8, those people are not watching you that were watching at hour 1. So you just start over. All right, what else we got? Energy is everything, yes. Again, if you're just sitting there dozing off like this, looking at your phone. Oh, hold on, I gotta text somebody. Okay, here's what I will tell you too. Does anybody know what a hot start is? Again, this is the shit that people should pay me for, but I'm not like that. Buy my book. If you took any of what I have to say right now and you're like, holy shit, she makes sense, just buy my book. Just do it. That's good enough for me. Does anybody know what a hot start is when it comes to Facebook lives? Probably any live video, but I refer it to Facebook lives. Nobody? Okay, so what a hot start is when you start a video. You push live. That second that you go live, not a single person is watching you, right? Not a single person. So a lot of times people are like, all right, guys, I'm just going to wait until a couple of people hop on. Nobody's hopped on yet? All right. Okay, see where I'm going with this? It's boring as fuck. It doesn't matter because nobody's on your video, right? No, it matters. The hot start is what you do at the beginning when you start the video, because when people re-watch your video, they ain't gonna wanna watch the first 20 minutes of your video, but with nobody watching, okay? So a hot start is that. Also, when you go live and somebody catches your live on your Facebook feed, a lot of times it starts from the very beginning, and then like in 2 seconds, it just like updates to where you're at, whether it be 2 hours into the video or 2 minutes, it doesn't matter. But they start at the beginning. And if you're sitting there on your phone, they're gonna hop right off your video as fast as they clicked on. So that's what a hot start is. And that is why you need to be very energetic at the beginning and the end, and everywhere in between. So if you go back in every single video, go right now, right after this video, right now, go to all of my live videos, every single one. Just do it. Just do it when I'm done, every single one. And I promise you, I'll pay you $10 if I didn't do this, but I did because I know it. Every single video, the second I push live, I say, hey guys, what's up? You know, we're here to talk about this. We're here to do this. You know, I'm not on my phone, because that's what a hot start is. Yeah, you can add me. Go for it. So anyway, social media marketing 101. There's that. All right, what else we got? Any other questions? Any other questions? Guys, I really do appreciate you guys so much. I need to tell you guys that. I know this is a little off topic than what we normally talk about on this page, as far as the topics that we do get into. But it's something that's very important to me. It's helped me succeed. And honestly, if it has helped me succeed, I think that it can help other people succeed. And you can take little bits and pieces of it. You can take all of it. Maybe none of this really made sense and you're like, Megan's just talking up her ass. It doesn't matter. What I know is it worked for me. And if it worked for me, it can work for somebody else. So I am always here to share that information with you. All that I ask is that you like and follow my page, purchase my book if you can. Again, organic growth. We just hit $15,000 in pre-orders for my book, which is about 530 books so far. And I did that all organically. Aw, thanks, Ryan. The biggest smile on my face as soon as I hit the go live and usually get the ball rolling and it's time to get everybody's attention. Exactly, because that's, I mean, it's cliche, but first impressions are everything. If someone's scrolling through your newsfeed and they start on the video right when you went live, but you're like 2 hours in, but Facebook shows that first couple seconds, you lost them if you're not doing something cool, or you're not smiling and looking like you're having a good time. You lost 90% of your people, and you wonder why you don't get sales, you know? Listen and absorb. I like it. I like it. And I know a lot of you have followed me from my original direct sales company over to here, or maybe you followed me from here over to that direct sales company. Maybe you're just new and you don't even know who I am. You don't even know me from Adam. That doesn't matter. Welcome to my crazy life. I'm the crazy redhead. This is the shit we talk about on here. But I'm here to tell you guys that it can happen and it can work. You just have to work hard for it. Nothing comes easy. If stuff like this was easy, every single person on the planet would be doing it. The fact of the matter is not every single person does it. So if you can find that niche to get into, do it, because not everybody can do that. And that's how you make your money. Mic drop. Welcome to my TED Talk. Everybody says I should do a TED Talk on stuff like this. Maybe someday. All right, any other questions? Any other concerns? Any statements? Does anybody want to say like, yes, I've listened to what you've said before, it has worked for me, or yes, I've seen you do this, it's worked for you? Tell me some good statements. Tell me some good statements that maybe I have helped you with, maybe that you have learned from me that have worked for you. I don't know, I just kind of want to know. I just kind of want to praise you guys for a minute. Because why not, right? Also, go order my book. Shameless plug, go order my book. All right, no other questions. Well, I wanted to have some more fun today. It's really nice out today, but it's hot in the sun. It's just nice on my porch, so I'm going to sit out here for a little bit. But if we don't have any other questions, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys so much. My lesbian salute signing off to you guys. And have a great rest of your week. I'm starting this week off pretty strong. So positivity all around. I love you guys. Take care. Order my book. Bye, guys.